What's up? You're about to check out the highlights for this episode. If you want to see the rest of the episode or my past interviews, make sure you check out the description box below at Living.Fit. Hope you enjoy. Speaking of that energy, how the hell do you stay this? How are you this energetic all the time? Like, what is it? Natural? Is it coffee? Is it drugs? Like, what is
Adderall,
it?
coffee. I have adult ADD. I've never really slept. I mean, I obviously sleep, but most people, when I was in college, all these guys would sleep in till noon, skip class, all that stuff.
That's
I'd be up
me.
at 6 a.m.,
1000%. That's me.
get the workout in. I'd rather work out early from 6 to 9, get the workout in, than you have your whole day. And then when I started my radio career, we're doing really well right now. We're the number one midday show in the country.
Oh, you're killing it.
At 98.5 The Sports Hub. Check us out. Follow me on Twitter at Scott Zolak at 985 The Sports Hub. When I started doing radio, I started doing a little small station in Providence. And what we did, we followed Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony were doing the morning show. Then something happened. They made fun of our mayor here in Boston. They got fired. Next thing I knew, I was doing 5:30 to 9 o'clock radio in the morning, East Coast time. So that eventually got me in the mode of getting up, getting your day done. And I love it. I got 3 kids. I got one in college, one in high school. I got a 12-year-old. I'm in my 12-year-old's room. You can see it. He's got all the Brady Edelman stuff. We got all the good shit here. Yeah. Hold on a second.
Is the oldest son at Maryland too? Is he following the tradition, or did he break?
UMass. Another great.
That's acceptable. That's acceptable.
Belichick gives my kids.
I mean, you are the Belichick Whisperer. You get anything you want from him.
Yeah, same thing with Tom. So it's been a hell of a 20-year run, and when I was finishing up playing, that's when Peyton got into the league. And I remember my last year in Miami, I was down there with Dan Marino, and growing up in Pittsburgh, I grew up in Pittsburgh, so Danny was one of my heroes. It was awesome to finish with him in 2000. But it was when Edge was the running back, Edgerrin James, and I was literally 3 steps from him, but Peyton threw him a little out route on the left sideline right from the Dolphins bench. Edge broke he broke Sam Madison's ankles, then he broke Patrick Surtain's, then he went for about a 40-yard touchdown. But that was the beginning where you could tell, wow, Peyton's going to be really good. And I've been fortunate enough to call all the Peyton Brady games from that point forward. There was 18 of them, I think, 18, 19 of them. And Peyton's still breaking my balls. I own real estate in Peyton's head. They did that Peyton's place, and he was at Jim Nance's house with Brady. He's like, when you started there, were you backing up Zolak? That Zolak guy? So I love Peyton. Every time he sees me, Scotty. And I turn around. It's always my mom that calls me Scotty. There's 2 people in this world that call me Scotty. It's my mom and Peyton. And I love that guy.
Speaking of Tom,
started here, and then the rest is history.
I mean, speaking of Tom, when's he going to retire? Come on, give me a little inside source.
I've been asked. See, the best thing about doing TV for the team, so I do the Belichick interview for the TV show that's called All Access, Patriots All Access. And every midpoint of the year when we have the bye week, I get the opportunity. It's been awesome the last 10 years to sit down and talk to Tom. And the second I bring up age or retirement, he just gets pissed. He's like, "Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta do that?"
I mean, you're 43. Like, what do you expect us to ask?
I've never been around. I mean, he's maniacal. And the great thing about him, if you have the opportunity, and if you follow you guys or watch us, go back and watch that NFL Top 100 thing when Peyton, Brady, and Belichick got to sit down and talk with Rich Eisen and those guys when they were doing the best 100, top 100. And Tom talked about the time he went to work out with Peyton. He's like, we're running slants and this and that. Peyton's got the towel in his pants. You're doing all this different shit. We're going through the passing tree. And Tom's like, why are we doing it? Peyton's like, this is what we do. This is what we do. And the stuff that those guys got from each other to nitpick each other's brain, I think helped them down the road and made them the maniacal competitors as to what they are. I think it's unique. And I really think that Peyton leaving Indianapolis, and I know you guys hated it, but I think, at that point, he was hurt. He had the neck thing, and he was looking at other places to get help on the neck. You guys sucked for Andrew Luck. That didn't work out.
Oh, yeah, we did.
No, Andrew was a good player. And I'm not a big fan of guys that walk away, because I'm banged up. You play through that when you're a quarterback. And to see the stuff Thomas played through over the years, other than the blowing out his knee in 08 after the undefeated season, that guy would shoot it up and just go. You shoot it up and you go.
Yeah.
So I'm raised differently. My dad was my coach, Coach Joe Montana in high school.
But another name drop. There we go. Love it.
love talking about Tom about the Peyton stuff. And I think Peyton going to Denver opened Tom's eyes to you could actually leave where you started because Peyton was the number 1 pick overall. Tom wasn't. He was a 199, as you guys all know. You know the history. I don't need to get into that. But Peyton showed him you can win elsewhere.
Yeah.
As long as it's yours. And I think what Bruce Arians learned about 10, 11 games in was let's give it all to Tom. And from that point, boom, they took off. And I think it took Peyton about 4 or 5 games out in Denver. They didn't start out real well. And then the rest is history there. And then
I think it was after the Colts beat them. I think it was after the Colts beat them in Indy. That's when everything kind of snapped.
Week 5. But the best thing that happened to Brady was Peyton going to Denver and winning. And it showed him, shit, you can win late in your 30s or early 40s. Tom's got another 2 or 3 left, minimum.
Do you think that's what caused the schism? Do you think that's kind of what started the whole kind of battling of the minds there in New England? Was kind of Tom seeing that?
I just think when you're the greatest coach of all time, and I love Bill, and I've been fortunate enough to play for really, really good Hall of Fame coaches. So early in my career, I had Bill Parcells for a while until he flew the coop. Pete Carroll came in, and to have Pete Carroll after Bill, that's like the inmates running the asylum. It was like walking on eggshells to, hey, it's Country Club Cafe, But we won with Pete. We went to the playoffs. And Pete eventually learned. He went to USC, and he brought that college culture to the Seahawks. Pete's doing great. I love Pete. I run through a wall for Parcells, for Pete, and then my last guy was Jimmy Johnson down in Miami. Jimmy recruited me out of high school when I was in Pittsburgh. So I was fortunate enough to have 3 really, really freaking good coaches, and then I got to know Bill Belichick really well when he was coordinator here and defensive assistant, in our Super Bowl year in '97. We lost to the Packers, and then, Bill figured it out for 20 years, and that's a long time, man. They have same structure, 2 kickers.
Everything.
You guys got Adam. Adam's my boy. I held for Adam. I remember Adam's rookie year. So we brought Adam in. He was undrafted. And I was the holder at the time because Parcells said, hey, honey, you're making too much money just to be the backup. You need to do something. You ever hold for kicks? I'm like, nope, I learned to hold. So he had Adam and Phil Dawson. He brought into camp. And it was the most competitive training camp. Neither one of those guys ever missed a kick. And Dawson went on to have, a 16, 17-year NFL career.
He was another guy that just killed it. Yeah.
Adam was great. We had Gostowski, who just left. So we literally had 2 kickers in 25 years here, 2 quarterbacks. I'm tight with Drew Bledsoe. I backed Drew up for 6 years. I never thought he was going to get hurt. Then he took a collapsed lung and, removing 6 pints of blood to get Brady in the game, and the rest is history. It's funny how things work. Injury and timing is everything, man.
Oh, 100%. And then this is kind of a question I got. I mean, you're in New England. You're a New England guy. Who are you for? Are you for Cam? You pro Mac guy? Like, who's your quarterback going into this year?
Problem is, being around Tom for 20 years gets you used to structure, maniacal, attention to detail. Cam made so many mistakes last year, and I really like Cam. And I don't, calling the games, I try to call it as fair as I see it. Cam was bad last year. A lot was blamed on COVID. A lot was blamed on not having the chemistry that you could develop with your teammates. And that's a tough thing, and I don't blame Cam for that. But too many mistakes, like the pick sixes on screens. Tom would always ground it. If it's not there, they ground it in the running back's feet. Cam didn't do that. He'd just throw the ball up. But I called a lot of games when Cam was in Carolina during his MVP season, preseason games. When Luke Kuechly was there, with Greg Olson, that whole tight end.
Steve Smith, all those guys.
Man, he's Superman at that time. Problem now, Cam's shoulder's got problem. The release point's here when he throws the football. Same thing with Peyton at the end with you guys with the neck. Everything's here. Mac Jones up here. Mac Jones very Brady-like as far as off the play fake, giving the play hand, giving the ball fake, looking at the shoulder and watching, everything's with the eyes. Knowing everything, and to pick that up as a rookie. I don't know how it's going to work out here from a rookie standpoint. I mean, we got Tom at week 4 up here on Sunday Night Football. That's not going to be good, regardless of who the quarterback is. I'm rooting for Mac because I think that's the best thing moving forward with the 2 $12 million tight ends we got with Aguilar, with Bourne, and we got pretty damn good defense. So
the defense is back. Last year was an anomaly. It was Mulligan, asterisk.
We're top 5 defense.
Mickey Mouse champion. Mickey Mouse year.
It's a bad year for everybody.
Hope you enjoyed the highlights. If you want to check out the rest of this interview and all my past interviews, make sure to visit Living.Fit, where you will also find access to our world-class workouts and trainers. Peace.